Yes, Tigers fans, did I not tell you that we were going to go out and take names against the Sydney Roosters the other night? And I just think we did just that and some more. I believe we saw a major glimpse and insight into what our premiership winning team is going to be. And yes, I said the P word, that is premiership. And the reason why is I believe very, very strongly that with this team and some new players coming into our club and our pathway programs, we will be winning a premiership in the next 2 to 5 years. And if you're with me, let me know in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Join the amazing community of like-minded West Tigers and footy-loving individuals. My name is Geordie. I'm your diehard West Tigers host on the podcast here, The Raw, or on the YouTube if you're watching here on NRL Deep Dive. It means the world to me if you do join this community and snag yourself a One Jungle hat, which the link is in the description. But let's get into it because we have some amazing things to go over, which just makes me so happy because I feel like for the last 4 or 5 weeks, all I've been doing is giving us, positive hope, things that I genuinely believe that we are doing great and things that we can do better at. But now things have started to click. We've got people with 100% tackle efficiencies. We got forwards making over 200 run meters. Like, there are so many things that we got to dive into today on the stat side of things, and just give some celebration and some kudos to some amazing people. And let's start off with Charlie Staines and the Faiini brothers. Man, these guys got us our points. What they did, Charlie Staines with that little flick pass catch from Star Toa out in the corner was absolutely brilliant. Safa Toa came through with this sweet little Benji flick offload. It was beautiful. I loved it. Very, very classy and very, very cool to watch. So I was all there for that. But I think more importantly is the Faianu hat trick, man. Like, we saw Latu, we saw Samuela, and we saw Sayani. Like, these guys were out there just making things work, and it was amazing to see. Latu Faianu, man, was on fire. Like, the way that he was directing that team last night, not only did we see a try from him, we saw defensive efforts like that were next to none. We saw amazing leadership skills that were next to none on that field. I honestly felt like I was watching Benji Marshall back in the early 2000s, and that makes me super excited. And the thing is, guys, like, we had 5 people out. We had Api Korosai out. Tristan Hope stepped in and freaking killed it. We're going to go over his stats too. 100% tackle efficiency. He made, I think, over 40 tackles, which was absolutely amazing. We had Jerome Luai out with, a great reason. He is going to play State of Origin. He was there watching the game, but he was out, making sure he doesn't get any injuries. But, the fact that our 2 skippers weren't there, we pulled that off, was absolutely brilliant. I am so pumped on this. And then, of course, we had Heath Mason out as well with the suspension. And Jareem Buller, our other star, is out with the hamstring injury. All these things that just haven't gone right for us. We even lost Talon De Silva this past week. These are things that have been stacking on top of each other, but we are always coming through. We are always making sure that we are just on top of things, making sure that we come out and we commit. And they even said, their boys said, the win wasn't for us, it was for Benji. Benji deserved this win. Benji has been putting in so much freaking work, Tigers fans. I'm over him copying flack, but he's been putting in so much work that he really needed to see a win from these boys. And the fact that it turned up against such a solid team, yes, Sydney Roosters had some errors for sure, but, they are a solid team there. People like Tedesco, Tupou, these guys that are running circles if they're given the option. These are the guys that we took up and we destroyed. It was honestly, we destroyed them up until that second half, and then they made a comeback. We definitely had some lapses, but overall, man, I'm just so pumped. Anyway, Adam Dewey sealing all of our conversion kicks and all of our penalty goal kicks, and that would put in us at 20-10 halftime. And honestly, I can't believe we were sitting high at halftime. The way that we came out, the effort, the energy, the attacking structure. I know we've been talking about that this past week. Our structure has not been there the last 5 weeks, and I saw some shape. The way that Latu was making his line work over there, and having Taruva come through on the fullback, while he had people like Seyfarth, people like his brother Samuela or Siani. These guys were running these shapes, having Jarrell Skelton out there. There was just so much shape and form, and that was so awesome to see. I was really intrigued on that. The fact that we've been saying that, everyone knew that, and we didn't have Jerome Luai or Appy, our playmakers there. These young guns came out, Tristan Hope, Adam Dewey, and then Latu Faiini. They came out and they made something happen, and I was so pumped. You guys knowing what I'm talking about, that structure, that form, that shape, you could see it on the camera, especially on those wide angle shots. Just the way that, you had 2 guys back there ready for decoys or running through. There was just so much great stuff happening. It was hard to keep up, honestly. And just a few stats. We only held possession 49% of the time. So on paper, Roosters had the ball more than we did, and that I think has to say just our defensive effort, our defensive efforts, and that was an 89.39% effective tackle percentage, and that is something that we need to be super, super pumped at. That is a really high tackle percentage, and it showed like the way that we, especially on our try line. Like we saw that big, group up where Latu took that nasty hit, but they pushed. I think it was like Tupou or someone out of into touch. The fact that we were there, ready to go, like there were so many of those moments that is super, super exciting. Like our defense was on point, it was spot on, and I believe that's what won us the game. Yeah, our attack was definitely structured, more formed, and overall a lot better. We had a lot better completion rate at 83% completion rate. They only had 81, but I got to give huge kudos to our defense, because like I've said multiple times on this channel, defense wins games, attack sells seats, and honestly that was a perfect example of that. Like our defense was so good. I know I'm just rambling on about it because it really was just top notch, next level, and that is something we can be super pumped on. Our all run meters, we led the pack here, 1700 run meters. That is something that I got to give huge kudos to our outside edges, but also to our forward pack, the way that they were running up those first through fourth tackles. We saw, the big boy Samuela, Sayani, like these guys just running through. Tony Suka even. Seyfarth had an amazing game, in my opinion. Are you guys seeing what I was seeing? Alex Twile, like he did great. Like everyone went 100 or 110%, and that is so amazing. And that, I think, kept us moving forward. Average set distance for us was 47 meters. Like that is pretty solid. We're making about half a footy field each set, and that is something that, has been a huge improvement for us over these last few weeks. Post-contact meters, we fell short by 6 meters, only at 574, 4 line breaks, 26 tackle breaks. Like these are those 1%, those things that add up, and give us those points, but also give us the rhythm and tone that we need going forward. We led the game here in offloads, 10 offloads. We've always led offloads in most games, and I'm believing in the season right now we're leading offloads still. That's something that, that's our bread and butter, is those big runs, those offloads, making those second phase plays. 202 total passes. We saw 19 kicks. Fione put up some great kicks. Latu did. 571 kicking meters that resulted in. We've had 2 forced dropouts. 36% kick defusal. So nothing great there. But hey, our defense was definitely there as well. And the fact that we were shutting down try moments, like especially in that second half when they had all these opportunities to go and score a try, was shutting them down. That was amazing. So we saw 6 scrubbers. We saw that from Adam Dewey. So that Latu, Fainu, they were just killing it out there. We did make 337 tackles with 33 missed tackles, man. Like, if you would have asked me that earlier on in the season, even like 5 weeks ago, when we were having 50, 60 missed tackles, that is a huge improvement. Like, that is something that we need to be extremely proud of and giving huge props to. Just the way that we are being very intentional with our tackles, the way that we're shifting, not letting like overlaps happen, things like that. That's something that we've got to give huge credit to. And we're going to go through some individual player stats in a minute, and I'm going to point out who those guys were. We saw 7 errors, 4 penalties conceded, 4 ruck infringements, inside 10 meters was 1, when we use 8 of our interchanges. My bad, I couldn't read that for a second. And then we had 0 head injury assessments, which is a huge blessing for us, because we've seen that, in past, that's something that we've definitely not been blessed with. So as we look at our run meters, like this is where I was giving huge props to our forward pack. So for someone I do want to highlight is Terrell May right here. He had 78 post-contact meters, 204 run meters, 22 runs. Like that's next level, man. And the fact that he can go 120% the whole time. Same thing with Jarrell Skelton. 63 post-contact meters, 190 run meters, and then 19 runs. Like that, man, these guys are just on another level. Taruva, Charlie Staines in that 170 area, 165 area. Funua Bole, like same thing, man, 168. 65 post-contact meters. Like those are some wild things that we should be, giving a lot of credit to these guys. Those are the guys keeping us going forward, right? We saw a few tackle breaks from most of our team. The Samuela coming out on top before. Man, like he's just a gun that does not stop. And so, the fact that we have him, we have these brothers like Latu, Sayoni, like these guys are going to be the next generation of West Tigers. We have the May brothers as well. We have the Luke and Kit Lally brothers. Like those guys turned it up as well last night. Oh man, I'm getting jitters just thinking about it. Like just watching that game, I was so excited watching that game. There's just a big smile on my face because I knew we were back, baby, and we needed this more than ever. And we turned up and we made it freaking happen. So super pumped on that. 100% tackle efficiency, man. Like the defense, like here from Tristan Hope, with 41 tackles made, dude. That's just crazy. That's just absolutely wild, man. Like, you've put out 85 passes, 88 receipts. Like, the way that you were running that ball, making things happen. But on the flip side, tackling 100% for 41 freaking tackles, dude. Like, that is next level. Huge congrats to you. Let him know that you guys are stoked for him as well in the comments below. And I got to give huge credit to Tony Suker as well, man. Like, 39 tackles for a 92% tackle efficiency. That is pretty bloody good, in my opinion. Kit Lally as well had 100% for 9 tackles. He's making his tackles count, and they might not be a lot, but he's making them count every time he comes in contact with a defender. Like this overall, we've got high 30s, we've got 40s, we've got high 20s, like, and they're all mainly above 75%. That to me is something that we should be super pumped about and super excited for. And a lot of our guys played like a good 80 minutes. Like a lot of our main guys played a good 80. And so the fact that we can keep that going to the very last minute, the classic West Tigers thing is where we, dip off in the second half. I don't feel like we did that. I think there was definitely a moment where we could have, and things definitely started falling short, and we had lapses, but I feel like we cleaned that up super quick, and we came back even stronger, and we held our own until that very last goal kick, and until they, decided not to take the conversion, and then they did. Like, these are the things that we cannot prepare for, cannot expect, but we can prepare for, right? So the fact that we did, and we just kept it going, like, huge props to just our guys overall. I'm just so pumped. Let me know your favorite moment of the game. I think for me, it's seeing the Faianu brothers out there playing. It's seeing the La'i brothers out there playing, and then it's also seeing the May brothers here eventually playing. That just the brotherhood, the family bond, the chemistry there. That to me is something I'm super excited about. Plus, we have some update on Benji Marshall, Adam Dewey situation and the whole fiasco going on there with the fight and all that. We're going to be breaking that down tomorrow for you guys, so make sure you tune in for that, because that one we've got a major update on from Benji himself. So lots to talk about tomorrow, but just wanted to bring up some stats. And Tigers fans, man, it is a good day to support the one jungle, baby, the West Tigers. It is just an amazing day to be a Tigers fan. It's an amazing season. I believe we can still make a really good dent in this year's ladder, and I'm just so pumped. We're going to have a young guy, Samuel, jump on the potty this week for Fan Friday. He's studying analytics and trends and data and all that, and he's going to be breaking down some things about the West Tigers, so I'm super pumped about that. You guys take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. And until then, Geordie out.